Hey everybody, it's May from Black Mountain Plans, and today I need to set up my May monthly. So if that seems interesting, just stay tuned. Okay guys, so I have a lot of information I need to put in here today. So if you have not seen my inserts for the planner I have created, when you flip to your May section, you have your month at a glance that does correlate with the day, the number of days you have per month. You have your 2-page spread, and then of course you have your dashboard page and your bill tracker. So the kit I'm going to be using is kit number 55, which is the cute little bees, the little honeybees. So here's sheet A, where you get your top washi, if I can flip to it. So you get your top washi, you get some of these really cute little labels that I enjoy. You get a full box or a open full box. You get your date dots, payday scripts, some realistic icons, and assorted labels. So then on sheet B, you have your sidebar for your monthly spread. You have washi for the unused days, if that's what you choose to do, and some more assorted labels. And I like how I've been putting deco on the bottom of the sidebar. So then, of course, on this page, you have, on sheet C, you will have the month at a glance to go across here. And then you have enough stickers to finish up your dashboard. So you have the circles, the goals, these banners, some more assorted labels. This right here, if you don't want to use a habit tracker, that can cover it up. But I like it because when you lay it down, you can still faintly see the lines. So if you want to write, you can write straight. And then, of course, you have this banner to go across here. It says, you know, your bills. So let's go ahead and get started. I am feeling pretty good today. I have been so badly sick for the last, it seems like a week and a half, guys. Oh my gosh, I was so sick. I thought I caught a virus, and it turns out, I know if you watch this channel, you know I have allergies. But I am highly allergic to something in my yard. And after my yard guy had came and did the grass last time, I got super sick. I started breaking out with these weird blisters, and I was like, okay, I've got some kind of virus because Sissy had been on spring break. So I figured, you know, it would just run its course with staying hydrated and getting some rest. And it seemed like no matter how much I rested, it just did not get better. So I ended up doing a telehealth and then going and being, seen. And that's when I found out I had somehow or another ingested mountain sumac. And for those who don't know what mountain sumac is, it's very much like poison ivy. Except, it's really nasty, you guys. I had it in my hair. I had swallowed it somehow. They're thinking the spores. So I had blisters all down in my throat. I had them, it felt like in my stomach because everything just burnt. You guys, I was sick. So that's why I was like, I had just gotten where I was getting all my videos on track, and then I was like, I had people calling me and like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I feel like I'm going to die. And then every time I started to feel better, it just got worse. So after a few bags of IV fluids, a few more days of rest against my will, because y'all know how I am, I am feeling much better. I can actually talk today without being winded. But the crazy thing is our yard guy is going to be coming tomorrow, which means I have to shut the windows in my studio to make sure that I don't get it, you know, in this house. I have to make sure that the day that the yard work is done, that the windows are shut. So he comes either, he's supposed to come on Tuesdays, but if he's got a free chance, he'll come on, you know, Mondays. So he could be either here tomorrow or on Tuesday. I don't know. They're thinking when I open the building and touch the doorknob to my building, I got it on my hands. And so when I touched my face or something like that, is when, you know, it just really got in my system and everything went nasty. So I'm feeling much better now. All right, so I'm going to put that up there, and I'm going to have to cut a little bit of my bee off, but it'd be all right. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm so excited to be back in my planner. I have lots to share with y'all during the setup today. So, since I had so much time to like rest, and I couldn't even sit at my computer, y'all. I felt that bad. I was like, I can't even be at the computer. I feel that bad. So, I had some time to work on some bracelet designs. You know, I had bought me like a little lap desk to stay in the bed with. And I bought me a little diamond painting Snoopy pouch from Walmart. I think that's so cute. I'm gonna put that little booger together. But I had some time to think about some stuff. So I'm thinking that some of my ideas, I'm gonna actually put them into play. So if y'all, a lot of orders went out. I still got the orders filled while I was dealing with all that. I was wearing gloves. And anybody who uses cutting machines, if y'all have tried to take sticker sheets off a mat while you are wearing nitrate gloves, then you can feel my pain. It was so pitiful. But I just didn't know. I thought I had a virus at the time. I thought it was contagious. And believe it or not, mountain sumac is not contagious. So, interesting. It was like side note. So I guess that's why the puppies didn't get affected. Why Max, Dad, nobody did. I figured that, you know, Sissy brought home something from them kids. But again, like, she was on spring break for part of it, so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not that, you know? I just didn't know. But luckily, I wasn't contagious. But it's not just like regular allergies. I'm like extremely allergic to it, which really sucks because when I lived in Virginia, I had absolutely no allergies. Now, the funny thing is Max had a ton of allergies when we lived in Virginia. I mean, he just did. He was on Claritin most of his life. He had an inhaler at one point. It was pretty rough. And then he moves down here with us, and he's got, like, no allergies. I moved down here, and I've got allergies. I'm like, what? And yes, I've been eating the local honey and everything now for a couple of years, because I think we're going on 3 years I've been home. Yeah, 3 years this spring. Actually, 3 years this month. And, yeah, it's not working, dude. It's just... So I have to wear nitrate gloves when I go outside during pollen season in case I touch anything. Keep baby wipes with me at all times because, y'all, this was not funny. This was not funny at all. And when he said mountain sumac, I was like, dude, I don't have any mountain sumac in my yard. What I do, it's out front of my house, in front of my my studio windows and everything. But, like I said, our yard guy comes so often that he doesn't... The only part of the mountain sumac that is... like poisonous to your skin, like poison ivy and stuff, is the budding red flower on it. And he never allows it to grow up to that point where we have the budding flower. So I was like, you know, what's the deal? And he was like, you know, if you have a yard man, he's doing other people's yards. And so spores and things are flying out from, you know, his equipment, his ride-on lawnmower, his truck, everything. He's like, and that's all it takes. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. I was mad, y'all. I get mad when I'm not able to do things that I want to do. And I had never felt so bad in all my life. I remember there was one night I just prayed, Jesus, if I'm leaving, just take me now, because I don't feel good. I feel horrible. It was so bad. But anyway. Okay, so like I said, I had a lot of time to sit and think. Now, I've got a lot of faith people who are enjoying, you know, the Bible videos and stuff. And I was able to figure out what I wanted to do with Psalms. I was able to work on the study guide for Genesis. I did not film, you guys. I had no voice. It was horrible when I did have one. I text my friend, like, literally. I think we send 20 or 30 text messages at a minimum a day. I barely even talked to Alex, y'all. I was that sick. So... some of my faith people were like, they do like the fact that I have the faith on a separate channel. Because when they're in the mood to watch faith-specific things, they like to go to that channel. And I was like, I get it. And I have people on this channel who don't, you know, I'm not trying to be mean, but they're like not religious and they're not here for it. That's not why I split it. It was because this is basically a planner community channel and it attracts that kind of community. You got what I'm saying? And the faith channel will attract community people that are, you know, looking for faith channels to subscribe to. So that is the main reason why I split the two channels. But it did run into a problem I didn't, you know, foresee. Like, Okay, I'll use Alex as an example. I'm throwing you under the bus, girl, but you know I love you. And I don't mean it meaning at all. Okay, so just give me a second here. So, like, Alex will want to order something from the Faith shop at the same time she wants to order something from the website. So I have to refund the shipping. The truth is, I keep the Etsy shops because it attracts people who don't know about me, don't know about a YouTube channel, nothing. They come across me on Etsy, they like it. Once they receive their order, there's a little note inside their order that says, hey, check out the website. It's got more items, and they usually come over here. Okay, so that's why I have the Etsy channels, shops. So, but for the people who do know me and do order from me on the regular, I get it. You would like to be able to order everything, planner stuff, faith stuff, everything together. So there will be a faith shop. It will say Black Mountain Faith. It will be a tab in the menu section of the website. You can drop down and all the things that are on Etsy and Black Mountain Faith will be in that section. Now, for those who literally took so advantage of the clearance sale, because I was discontinuing things that don't fit my planner, and I don't do commercial planners anymore. I have got so many different types of stickers going on, and some things I'll be bringing this month that will work for the planners that you're using. If you're using commercial planners, which most people are, that you won't have to worry about, will something work for you? Because I promise you something will work. So there's going to be like Black Mountain plans, Black Mountain Faith will have its own drop-down menu, and everything that's in the Etsy shop and everything I do for Faith will be available for purchase on the website and in Black Mountain Faith on Etsy. So there will be a drop-down menu for the regular planner stuff, and then there will be a couple more drop-down menus with things in there that I will get to in just a minute. I was like, I shouldn't have some of the things that I do on the side. It's not a side hustle, it's just like things I like, but I do talk about them on the channel, and I do sell these things on Etsy in different shops, and I've got people going, hey, you can have separate YouTubes, but please put everything into your website. And I was like, all right, so here's the deal, guys. This is all the information that I'll be writing in, okay? So I know it looks like there's a ton of releases for the month of May. This is actually the Shopify main picture right now on the website. I did take out all the discontinued items on yesterday, so I was like a day late. It was supposed to end on May 1st. They are gone. I now have the Faith stickers, some $3 sheets. We'll talk about those. $2 sheets, which I'm calling a $2 Tuesday release. I'll explain that too. The sticker bundle for Genesis, memo pads, the study guide for Genesis, the July new release, more memo pads, vinyl die cut stickers, planner clip release, Faith bracelet release, which is these bracelets, and they'll also be available in stacks. Everything that I do across the board is going to be available in my website as well as in their individual respective areas. So I'm testing it out, and I don't think I'm going to go back from it. I think it's very fair to do it that way, and yeah, I like it. So, real quick, let me get my groomer's business card, because y'all know I suck at remembering when the guys got to go get groomed, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to get my little card. I took Bella by herself. See, it says ×1. I took her on the 21st, but now we have ×3, which means all the babies go. So, I need to get in their little grooming appointment. I need to get some little icons made for the groomer. I'm going to put it on this decorated blue one right here. Alright, so let me go ahead and get this on the 27th, so it's going to be on a Tuesday. And my fountain pen, I got into a fight when it wasn't feeling good. And it started getting ink all over me. I think I broke the tip on it, so I'm giving it I put it in timeout. So until it acts right, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to put groom at, what is it, 9. Ooh, I don't like the way it did that. So 9 a.m. all babies. Y'all, I am still shaky. It's crazy. Okay, so anyway, thought I'd be able to film the video today, because that's one of the things I was having trouble with. It's like it messed with my nervous system, y'all. Ooh, it was bad. I don't ever want that again. So before I start putting in all my stuff here, let's go ahead and put this dashboard together. Alrighty. That's my weekly. What am I doing? So here's the page. So yeah, I'm gonna start putting all that stuff in, and then we'll talk about all the releases that are coming this month. So, and it's really been nice organizing organizing everything to like go in that direction. I went too far over, because I just look at the main calendar and I know what all I'm doing each day, and it's really nice. Plus, I made myself some spreadsheets to fill in Cricut sizing for like the printable people, which are not going to be left out anymore. I've had a lot of requests since I started as a printable shop originally to please offer everything that I do as a printable. And I was like, yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem. Don't go below the line. Don't be anal either. Just get it on. Alright, so. Why does it say April still? That sucks. Oh my. I didn't fix that on my kit. That sucks. Well, I will fix that. We'll stick the wrong one on here. I went back and made my kit like this, and I don't know why I did it. That sucks. Did I change it on the other one? Yeah, it says May there. Well, I'm gonna take that booger off. I don't like that. Take it off. Ooh, big mistake. So anyway, I'm not perfect, people. I tell y'all all the time, I'm not perfect. Alright, so let me get my banners down. So I figured out what I'm doing with Psalms. Psalms was one of those that I didn't want to do the daily Bible reading on, because I was like, it's poetry. Me and poetry do not get along. I was talking to Casey a lot about it. We were trying to figure it out. Casey was going to take it over. Casey was so nervous with the videos, y'all. I was like, let me call her and tell her she ain't going to do this. Bless her heart. She had offered to do it, and then when it came time, it's just like, it's really overwhelming when you're talking about things and you're just not sure. It's kind of like you're trying to teach, you know, and I don't ascribe to be a teacher, and I know Casey wasn't either. It can make you very nervous when you're trying to do these things, and so I had to call my friend and be like, girl, you ain't got to, don't worry about this. It'd be okay. And I did tell her. She was like, what are you gonna do? I was like, I don't know, we'll leave it alone for a while. It'll come to me. That's what I say about everything. I'm like Scarlett O'Hara. I'll think about that tomorrow. And usually within, you know, a certain amount of time, it'll come to me. But the Psalms was just not coming to me, y'all. I was like, But I finally figured out the direction I wish to go. I'm going to have to check and see if those make it say that, because that's going to tick me off. If they say April in the dashboard, I'll fix it and adjust y'all's files, don't you worry. Alright, so we got the dashboard on minus that little bugger. Got the bills on. And we got the 2-page spread. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to write in all of these items real quick on my labels, and then we'll come back and I will explain them as I am putting them down. Okay, so I wrote everything in on my labels, so let's go ahead and flip to this page right here. And I crossed those two off like a dork before I laid down the labels, so let's go ahead and get the labels. Alright, so let's start with the faith stickers. What I'm going to be doing is adding in faith scripts and faith deco. Much like the way it had been before I separated the channels. But it will be completely new. It will not be the same again. So they're going to be, what did I say? On the 7th. So the first one I want to do is faith deco. Alright. I've got some Bibles and some crosses and things I want to put in, because I would like to be able to use them in my journal. So we're going to do it every other week. We're going to do faith deco. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and cross this out. I got that one and that one. Okay, so then for the weeks that it's not faith deco, it will be faith scripts, for like scripts that you use when you're verse mapping, doing word study. It'll say like Bible journal, Bible study, whatever you need, those types of things for when you're doing, you know, all your different stuff in your scripture writing and in your faith studies. Alright, so I've got those on, so let's go ahead and cross that bugger off. I'm just going to do it this way so I don't get confused. Oh, real quick, the reason why I have out this Tombow is because I'm just going to color in this part of the banner. It was one of the reasons why I did these types of banners. It's because I think they look pretty cool. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not shaking. And I'm not worried about being perfect. I just want to give it a little bit of color. And this is awesome for like when you don't want to buy sticker kits, but you want to have like your planner look pretty cool. So I think that looks good. And I've got to double check that I didn't screw those kits up. So the next thing we have on here is the Genesis study guide comes out on the 9th. I had showed that briefly on the other channel. So if you want to see what that was starting to look like, how I was showing it like the first 5 pages, you can go over there and check out that video. So the Genesis study guide comes out on the 9th. And then the sticker bundle for the Genesis stickers will be coming out on the 18th. Okay. So, of course, they will be in the Etsy shop, Black Mountain Faith, but they will also be available on the website. Okay. So, we did cross those two off. Okay. So, the memo pads that I have been creating, they're 3x3 memo pads. So, they're this size, and you'll be able to tear them off. And they have like a cardboard backing, you know, backer on the back of it. And they're not post-it notes, they're just memo notes. They'll be releasing on the 10th, which is there. It's on a Saturday. So let's go ahead and get a sticker that says memo pads. Yep. And one of the reasons why I put the calendar on Shopify, and I am showing this in the video where everything's going to be together, is because a lot of people are like, your videos are kind of sporadic, you don't film on the regular. It's because I'm always designing something for one of the areas where I sell things. And so I figured if I just had it on the website, you guys would have a really good idea of why sometimes it takes me a little bit to get back to, like, I respond to Etsy messages pretty much like within 24 hours, because that's exactly what you know, Etsy wants you to do. But when it's like personal messengers, text messages, things like that, that's why sometimes it will take a little while for me to say anything, is because I'm hot and heavy on something. Alright, so we got the memo pad release. And we have the July new sticker kit release coming out on the 16th. That's on a Friday. Okay. And I realized I put that Genesis study guide on the wrong Friday. It would have been for this past Friday. It's for the 9th. Right? Yeah, I'm looking, it's the 9th. Okay, so that's when the study guide comes out. Tater's in a mood, y'all. What can I say? Okay, so I'm gonna stick this little booger over here because it's only got 2 labels left. Alright, so I needed another one to say memo pads, didn't I? Well, let's go ahead and cross this booger off. Yeah, I need one that says memo pads. I didn't write that in. So let's get one that says memo pads. That's on yellow. Do I got any more of that pretty yellow? No, but I'll do it a regular yellow. So memo pads. So I'm gonna put out a few on the 10th, and I'll put out some more on the 23rd. So go ahead and put them there. They are printed on 28-pound paper, and you get 40 sheets to a pad. And I think they're really cute. I like them. And there are some that are faith-based, and then there's some that are just like regular. There's some cute little honeybees. There's some pretty flowers. Actually, there's ones with like the flowers on either side of the memo pad and then the lines. I think it's just really pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, so we got that memo pads done. Okay, vinyl die-cut stickers. That's going to be on the 30th. It's what me and Max does in the Sticky Hillbilly. So we're going to put some into the shop. I'm thinking about doing them in bundle bags, like where you could get 10 die-cut stickers at like 3 inches, so like a little bit larger. So like, you know, like if you have a blank divider and you just wanted to put a bunch of them on there, I think it would be really cool. And 3 inches is like the perfect size for a Stanley, I think. So I'm thinking about selling them like at a bag of like 10 at a time. So we got the vinyl die cut stickers. Now we're going to do the planner clip release, where I have been making planner clips. And they're on paper clips, really pretty ribbons. Some of them have charms on them. That's going to be coming out on the 31st. Okay, and then for Memorial Day over here, we're going to be having a flash sale. 1 day only. I don't even know, but we're just going to do it there. Oh, and I realized something is not on my sticker labels. Oh, I know why. I'll get to that in a minute. I don't have a custom script weekend because of another reason, so I'll get to that. So, this one is done. We did the planner clip release, and then we did the flash sale. Okay. So, the inserts for my planners will be coming out on the 19th. And I am not offering them bound yet. I am offering them as printables, or you can buy them on 2 different types of paper, 2 different sizes, and I can punch them or unpunch them. Yep, punched or no punched. So you can either put them in A5 rings punched, or you can punch them yourself, or you can have them not punched at 7 by 9 1/4, or I can happy planner punch them and you can put them into, discs. It's up to you. I'm still working on this. I'm thinking 32-pound paper would be best in here because I don't want to have to sell multiple books to get one planner out. This is some very thick paper. When I'm making it for myself, I don't mind making one every 3 months. If I was purchasing it, I would mind that. So we got and it's just going to be the July through December at the moment. I'm thinking next month. I've got an idea. We'll get to that later, but not in this video. Okay, so my bracelets are going to be coming out on the 24th. All right. So we've got them there. So let's go ahead and cross that off. Faith Kit release is coming out on the 17th. It is the last time it is in the workbook the way you guys know them to be. So, yeah, that's the last time. All right, because we got something new starting in July. All right, so we did... Okay, we haven't done the $2 and $3 scripts. Okay, the $2 Tuesday. Let me explain this. Okay, so these are the icons that I had put out last time on a $2 Tuesday. And if you guys will notice, they are still in Etsy. They're not going anywhere. These are the new icons. This is the smaller A5 size, right? So, hang on. Okay, I got it. So, this is the smaller A5 size. You get the exact same amount on this sheet as you do the 4x6. Even if you get them in this size or that size, they're $2 when they come out. And I put these into the website on a Tuesday, but they will always remain $2. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, even though it's considered a $2 Tuesday, it's because I'm putting $2 sheets out. It does not change the price after that Tuesday. The icons are just always going to be $2. So let's go ahead and put them in. And I'm not doing one this coming week because I'm working on something different this week. So I'm going to be a week behind on that, but it'll be alright. Okay. And then on the same day as the puppies go, there we go. Okay, so we got the $2 Tuesdays done. And they're going to be icons or whatever floats your boat that I'm willing to sell for $2 at all times. So that's what I mean by $2 Tuesday. Now, the last thing we have to put is $3 script sheets. So that's until I figure out a couple of areas that I'm wanting to change up. Custom scripts are still in there at the moment with certain fonts, but I'm going to only 6 fonts. And out of those 6 fonts, the only ones that you guys know are the May Plans, the font that I use in my planner at the moment, the one I created, Saray Plans, and Gem Plans. The other 3 are completely new. It's Outline, Southern Scripts, and Newspaper. So it's kind of like American Typewriter, but not quite. And I have them sized at a very nice size where it looks good in a 7 by 9 1/4, as well as an A5. And I'm pre-making scripts that say like laundry, AM, PM, this week, that next week, so that there's not so many custom requests all the time on me. And you guys can, a lot of people don't like to order custom scripts. They just like to see them already there, grab them, and keep it moving. And I get it. So these are $3 at all times, and they are on 4x6 sheets. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Okay, so the orange one, yeah, I did that wrong. The orange one, I'm trying to make them match the $2 Tuesday. Like a dork. Okay. Let's see. Just use my tweezers. That's what they're for, right? So on Tuesday, they'll be there. And all of these items that I am showing you, except for memo pads and bracelets and a few things, generally everything is going to also be a printable as well in Black Mountain Plans too. So, and this is what I do on a monthly basis, guys, and have been for a long time. Maybe not the $2 and $3 sheets, but I'm always doing something. Putting it either in this Etsy shop or that Etsy shop or this festival that we go to. So it gives you a really good idea of, like, when I say my brain is scattered, it's because I'm always doing this kind of stuff at all times. So it's just now going to be available on the website all together. So that is my new release, my peoples. I'm not doing anything on Mother's Day because, hey, I'm not doing anything tomorrow because it's Cinco de Mayo and that was my mother's birthday. So I do need to put in a couple of things. I'm going to put in... I cannot believe I'm going to do this. It does not need to be a little car, but Max is actually going to Canada on May 20th. I've got to take him up to Asheville, and he's going to Canada, and he won't be home for a long time. I will have his cat all by myself. Max leaves. There we go. He will not come back until the 10th. He's going to be gone 21 days, y'all. I'm going to be here with this Lucifer kitty that long. I do want to put in that I got my nails done yesterday. I'm not happy with the way they feel. I got me something on my finger from that Crayola Super Tip, or Dot Marker 1. Got my nails done yesterday. And Mr. Bill always does my nails, but he was so sidetracked yesterday, y'all. I know sidetracked when I see it, and I think y'all know I know when I see sidetracked. But I was not happy with the way it feels. It's like he didn't buff it out enough. You feel the individual glitter, and I'm not really crazy about it. I might go have Tom here in town redo the paint. Like, take the paint off and change the color. I don't normally do that, so we'll just have to see. But if I went on that Friday, yesterday, which is Saturday, I have to go on the 17th, and then on the 31st. So, I've got all that in. I'm trying to think, why do I need... Whose birthday is... It would have been my mom's. So, let me just put a birthday sticker there. I don't really want to say anything about it. I don't like to upset Dad. Oh, my brother's birthday is on the 29th. Durr. My brother's birthday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to put Bubba's. Alright, so we'll put Bubba's birthday on there. That's good. I'll have to remember to do something for him. And we did get a card for my niece. It's just I haven't been feeling good enough to even get it filled out or whatever. And because we finally got her address and her phone number and stuff. So that's good. Alright, so I've got everything in. Ooh, I'm way out of camera. So I think it looks good. I know that when I open up my planner, I'm able to see everything I want to. I did go ahead off camera and put in the last 3 days' meals. I just track what we eat. And then I will be able to put in my personal bills that I don't show on camera. And then some more goals of things I'm working on for the month of June and July. So I hope you liked the plan with me. Sorry it was long-winded, but I was just trying to catch you up, tell you what's been going on and what direction I'm going in. So until I see you in another video, y'all have a blessed weekend. Okay, bye.